Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. New signs. Lovely. Lovely, lovely.
We like presents.
We like presents. I'd like a new hat. If anybody wants to give me a new hat, that'd be nice.
New hats for Simon and I, please.
Yeah, we'd like new hats.
Especially for Las Vegas, hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, something wacky.
To alphabetical. Oh, that's a good idea. In fact, I've got an idea that could solve get in the way as well.
Whoa!
Yeah, dude. That's how I fucking roll. Good job, Rob.
We'll rename this one. When you go, it's the next one.
All right.
So like it'll just be.
Alright, check that now. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. That is really good. Thank you. It's me.
That's you.
She captured the true nature of my pout.
Yeah.
Is this for me? Is it short?
Oh, no, it's for you.
How long did it take you to do that?
Like 4 hours maybe.
Hey, Zim.
Hello.
Sorry for breaking the fourth wall.
No, it's good. I like it. I like it broke.
My name is Kate, and I'm from Austin, Texas. Accelerated Evolution that just came out, and they were so nice, just really genuine and caring, and really appreciate their fans. And it made me even more of a fan. So over the years, I've followed them, and you know, as they've grown and they've gotten married and had children, or Devin's had a son, I really appreciate that they take time away from their lives and their families to come on the road and entertain us. So to say thank you, I give them presents and thank you cards and gifts and things like that, just to show my appreciation for just them coming out and entertaining us.
Without fail, your awesomeness is unbelievable. Your awesomeness is awesome. Thanks, right?
So you've been watching, right? You know the game?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the question?
So since like DTP's questions were shit, so I went to Fallujah and they asked 2 questions.
What's up? This is Alex from Fallujah. I'm asking you, which contemporary Hollywood actor you'd question your own sexuality for?
Jake Gyllenhaal, definitely. Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know.
I won't say this because of recent events, but Brad Pitt, he could be kind of a douche. But back in the day, I was like, damn, Brad Pitt.
My name is Scott, and I play for Fallujah. If there are 50 cows and 28 chickens, how many cows are there?
What?
That makes sense. No, that makes sense. No, why not leave it? It'd be funny if you're just unanswerable. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, so then it's 28 chickens.
Yeah.
No, wait, there's 0 chickens.
0 chickens because 20 of them have been eaten.
So then the question is...
Well, the 20 eaten chickens would be
I definitely asked it wrong.
Try it again.
Try it again?
Yeah.
30 chickens and 50 cows and 28 chickens. How many chickens are there?
That doesn't even make... That makes even less
That
sense.
one actually makes sense.
There's 38 chickens and then 28, 50 cows and
There's
then...
20 chickens, 50 cows, 28 chickens. There should be now 20, there should be 10 chickens left.
How come?
Because
28.
the cows, 28 chickens.
20, the cows.
The 28 cows ate the...
8.
No, 20 cows,
The cows
8
ate
chickens.
chickens.
Can we write that
Should do
down?
right now.
Hey, come here, right?
I'll text it.
How many did it?
Didn't what?
Did I ask it right?
I don't know.
We just spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out this question. Did I say it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
30 cows, 28 chickens. How many did not?
17.
Now I'm confused again.
The rest.
The rest, there you go. 15.
That is actually actual answer that works. That's weird.
On this tour, we're touring with the Digico SD9. We run the desk with an external Waves sound grid impact server that lets me use all the effects and all the tools that Wave does. I have the whole Waves integration here in my rack, and I can use modeled devices as a plugin. For example, on the guitar parts, I use the API 550B, which is a modeled version of the API in a plugin. Other stuff is I use the classic DBX 160 on Beef's bass guitar, the classic SSL channel strip on Devin's vocals. And apart from that, it lets me control the whole mix. And I've got different types of delays and different types of reverb that the desk onboard doesn't have. And because I want that very special reverb or that very special delay for the whole mix, I'll get it from Waves as a plugin. I can integrate it into the desk. What's also quite interesting on this gig is that I use a lot of reverbs and delays in different variations. I've got one delay that's solely for ER, to give that whole thing a bit more of that campfire sing-along, so not that bombastic kind of sound that we usually have, but for ER it's only like a subtle reverb. I have a ping pong delay that has 2 different milliseconds of feedback on each side, which gives it the Devin Townsend iconic ping pong delay that you also hear on the record. And then I've got a percussion plate and a drum plate, which I use for either toms only. For example, in storm bending, when those big tom sounds come in, that's why these reverbs come in. And I've got a drum plate on the snare, so I use 2 different reverbs, one for toms and one for snare. Then I've got a large reverb, a large hole on Devin's vocals in general for most of the tracks that are on the albums. I use R-Bass on kick drum, which is cool. That gives me, that models a bit more low end to the kick drum. On toms, I use the Aphex vintage exciter, which gives the toms a little bit more crack to it, a little bit more attack, and the overall drum sound, so it cuts through in different parts of different songs. I use a lot of vitamin these days.
Vitamin?
Vitamin. It's called vitamin. I use vitamins in forms of bananas, and I use vitamins in forms of plugins. And that tool helps me to sit everything that's on tape, for example, all the strings that are tape, all the ambience noise, and obviously all the background vocals of the choirs, to sit them in the mix properly, which is different from room to room. This is like the old school version. It's not old school, I mean it's still around, but this is the old school version of what we have here. So everything that is in here in digital form used to be in a rack like that in a studio or live.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's all pretty nerdy stuff here. For Devin, we used the Shure KSM8 microphone, which just came out not too long ago, I think. It's on the market. And the thing about this microphone is it's a dual diaphragm microphone, so it's got 2 diaphragms inside, which makes the microphone very directional. Everything that comes in from the side is just a lot more musical and a lot softer than on a usual SM58 or something like that. The other thing with that microphone is pretty cool. It has like almost 0 proximity effect. Proximity effect means that the nearer you come to the microphone, the more bass or the more low end it produces. With that microphone, it doesn't really do that, which is cool. I mean, Devin has sometimes sings very loud and sometimes sings very quiet, and he has like sometimes sound that basically, where his vocal basically wrap around the rest of the set like a warm blanket kind of thing. And for that, the microphone is really cool, so it doesn't have like this noises as soon as he comes to the microphone, but gives everything away quite clearly. I'm trying to find the right words to summarize as best I can. Ryan tunes his drums like he wants to have the drums to sound like. Dev has his rig, how he wants it to sound like. And all the others too. And then my job is to put all of this together into one mix.
Like I'm a dum-dum when it comes to that stuff, but now like after talking with all you guys, it's like I'm learning, and like each night like I hear something different now, and it's like, oh, I see what they're talking about now.
Yeah.
There's that thing. Oh, there's
And then
that
we make it look so easy.
Yeah, I know, right?